Hi, this is Kim with Mom's Creative Moments, and I am welcoming you back to my channel for a 4th of July layout today. We're going to use USA Yay. US of Yay. US of Yay. That's the new red, white, and blue patriotic paper pack that has come out this season, and yeah, we're going to have some fun with that today and use a sketch from one of the virtual crops. So let's check out my workspace and we'll get started. Alright, so this is my workspace for today, and we are going to be using, or this is going to be a patriotic layout, because I don't know about you, but we always try to take pictures of fun things for the 4th of July, and I never seem to have enough layouts for all of those photos. So that's what I'm going to concentrate on for this layout. And what I did was I chose a layout or a sketch that was provided to us by the Creative Memories virtual crop in April. And it's this one right here. And it's really just a single page sketch, but I'm going to be turning it into a double page layout. And in the course of doing that, should have room enough for 12 photos on a 2-page layout. That's a lot. But you know, when you're taking pictures of fireworks and things like that, these size photos really are perfect, and really it's just about having the mats and trimming the photos and popping them right in there. So so it should be fun today. We're going to use the US of Yay papers and laser borders. So they came out with papers and laser borders for that this time around. And they actually, I pulled out a couple of them. These are the ones I pulled out. Now, you do, in order to get 2 of each of these, you have to order 2 sets of borders. So don't just get 1 set of borders and then go, hey, they gypped me. But in order to have 2 of the same ones, you do have to have 2 packages. So keep that in mind. But these are the ones we're going to use today. And I just have these 2, which are the kind of the dark blue on blue, tone on tone plaids. And then this one that is the red, white, and blue plaid. And then I have a little bit of white shimmer paper that we're going to use too. And then I pulled these stickers from my stash. You might recognize these from an older collection that we had back in 2021 called United We Stand. And so these are going to be just some additional embellishing for our page today. And it should go together relatively quickly. We're not punching anything. We're just going to use our pretty laser borders and create some mats. And I don't have the photos for this yet because it's not 4th of July yet. But I'm going to be ready. I'm going to be ready for the 4th of July and be able to print my photos and put them right on this layout and be done. So one thing to consider here is I am going to be turning this layout just to the side so that this layout becomes more of a horizontal layout than a vertical layout. And partly that's because of this particular laser border, which I want to be able to put across the across horizontally rather than vertically. And you can do it this way, but it's just, you know, not really the effect I was hoping for. So we are going to just turn it just for fun. Turn it sideways. All right, so I'm going to just scoot. Here, we're going to scoot our laser borders off to the side over here. I'm going to grab my trimmer and we're going to do a little bit of trimming up of these papers to get them all good and ready to go. First thing we're going to do is take this white shimmer paper and we're going to cut 2 pieces that are 1 1/4 inches wide. Okay, so 1 1/4 and another one at 1 1/4. Okay, then you can set that shimmer paper off to the side. We are done with that. We're going to take this plaid paper here. This has kind of some stars drawn into the back side of it, and but we're going to use the plaid side, and we're going to cut 2 5-inch pieces and 2 1-inch pieces. Okay, so I'm going to use my measures to the left of my cutting line. I'm going to go all the way out to the end of my grid, and that's 5 inches. So we're going to cut one at 5 inches. We're going to cut another one at 5 inches. And then we're going to cut this last piece directly in half, and you should end up with 2 1-inch pieces or thereabouts. So I would say if you trim right on the line, or if you trim just shy of the line, sometimes you'll have a little bit of a variance, but basically you just cut that last piece directly in half and you'll be good to go. Okay? Then we're going to take these plaid pieces and we're going to make some mats with these. Now, on our sketch, you'll note that it says that these photos are 3 by 3. That means that the mats need to be at least 3 1/4, if not 3 1/2 by 3 1/2. So we're going to go ahead and cut 3 1/2, and we're going to cut another one at 3 1/2. Then we're going to go like this, stack these, right? And we're going to cut again at 3 1/2, and again at 3 1/2, and again at 3 1/2. That gives us 6 3-inch photos. We need 8 3-inch photos, however. So we are going to go ahead and cut another, let's see, we are going to cut another at 3 1/2. And then we are going to go ahead and cut here 3 1/2. And 3 1/2. And what does that leave us with? That leaves us with 5 by 3 1/2, which is just shy of what these larger mats need to be. So we're going to just set that to the side. We've done all of our small mats, so we need 4 that are 5 1/2 by 3 1/2. So basically I'm going to cut 2 more strips from our other 12 by 12 piece, 2 more strips at 3 1/2. Actually, we should, so these are going to be really narrow because I should have added a 1/2 inch to these. So if you haven't cut these yet, cut them at 4 inches, 4 by 6 inches, okay? Because that's what we should have done. But instead I'm doing 3 1/2 by 4, or 3 1/2 by 6 inches, which means that my photos are going to be a little bit narrower, but that's okay. It'll all work out. What I might do is just go ahead and cut one here at 4. Four by 6, so you can see what they should look like, because I cut these just a little bit too small. All right, so it throws me off sometimes when they put in the inches on a sketch for the picture, but not the inches for a mat. So anyway, that's just one of my own issues, so not a big deal. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and put my trimmer away and grab some base pages. Now you all know that I don't normally scrap on white pages, but I am going to scrap on white cardstock for this particular layout, which is going to be a little bit different, but that's okay. That is okay. All right, so we're going to take our larger pieces, and the larger pieces are going to go across the bottom. The largest piece, your 5 by 12 piece, is going to go across the bottom. So line up one of the lower corners, line up your edge. Should be good. This is a great layout actually for a beginning scrapbooker because there's no punching. All of your borders, your embellishments, etc. have been pretty much done for you. We're going to do some clustering, but other than that, everything else has been already cut. So you just have some very basic cuts, and then you are good to go. All right, so we're turning these around. Going to grab our other little 1-inch strips of plaid. We're going to go ahead and adhere our 1-inch strips These are going to go right along the other side of the page. Okay, like that. Okay, I turned my strip around mainly because I wanted it to be similar to the other strip. So you'll notice that the other strip of plaid on my other page has a blue line in it that's fairly close to the edge. There's a blue line here that's fairly close to the edge. So that's why I turned that around. I just wanted to try to make it look a little bit more uniform-ish. Okay, so that's all. Alright, so now, let's see. Now we are going to do a couple things. Okay, so we're going to use our borders. And first of all, we're going to take this lovely sort of barber pole border, and we're going to use our repositionable adhesive. It's going to be your friend on a piece such as this. And ooh, I just noticed that if we turn that over, there's a different color combo on the back. I think I like the dark blue though. All right, so we're going to just run our repositionable adhesive down the edge at intervals. And then we're going to take one of our white pieces of shimmer paper and we're going to center the laser border right down the center of that white piece of shimmer paper, just like that. So you get a little bit of a white border down each outer edge, and you can see the white bits underneath. Okay, so we're going to do the same thing with the other side. Just going to center this. Perfect. Okay, so these are going to go I believe I'm gonna put these right across, let's go right across the middle of this. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna wait and not put that on just yet because I want to wait and see how we want to do this. Okay, so this one's going to go right across the edge right here on the top, and let's lay out our mats and just see where those are going to fit best. All right, so in the example, they've got this picture going sideways and this picture going sideways, and then they've got the other pictures going this direction. But I am more of a horizontal photo taker, so I'm going to go with horizontal photos. And because I have two that are larger, two mats I cut larger, and two that I cut, or the others that I cut smaller, I am going to go with, we're going to go with one this direction, and then when we may do a vertical, we'll see how this all rolls out. I may just be doing some kind of like that. Because of turning that sketch. Let me just pull this out for a second. Turn it just a little bit. All right, so let's go ahead and I'm going to put this 1/2 inch on one side and 1/2 inch on the other. So it's just going to straddle that seam and divide it that way. And you know how I am a fan of repositionable adhesive, especially if you don't have your photos printed yet. I just use a little bit of repositionable adhesive on the back to get that put where you think you want it. And then that way you can come in and pop that mat off and turn it if you need to, if you have a vertical photo you want to use instead. Okay, so I just used some repositionable adhesive on the back of this one because of all of the little holes it has. I'm going to put it right up against the edge of the plaid paper there so that I can't see the white page underneath it. And there we've got our banner. You could use another longer photo here, or I think it's going to be more likely that I'm going to use two 3-inch photos, or three 3-inch photos, sorry. 3 3-inch square photos. And we'll just have them kind of overlapping each other here. Okay, so we've got that one. Do the same thing over here. Really doesn't matter if you use repositionable or permanent to adhere this to your page. It was just convenient for me to grab the repositionable right there. So, and we're just going to go ahead and use our repositionable adhesive on this one too. I think it's interesting that that looks crooked. Let me see if I can fix that. Do you see how this looks crooked? That shouldn't be crooked. So let's see if I can do a better job lining that up. There. All right. And then this one. Oh, look, that's off. All right, so a good key if you have a center border like this, or anything that you've got carrying from one page to the other page, is to line up your two pages together like I have here. And then it's much easier to make sure that you're carrying that same line across your layouts, so it's in the same spot. Sorry I didn't point that out before. All right, and if you're concerned about where you're putting, of course it shifts right when I go to stick it down. If you're concerned about where your mat is going and whether your mat is in the same place or not as well, then just keep it lined up and stick it down in the same place. That works too. Because you want the borders to be the same and the photos to be in the same spot. Keep feeling like there's something underneath my fingernail. Sorry. All right. So we're going to go ahead and get this border put on. Right at the edge of our plaid paper. Like so. All right. And then we're going to do the same thing with this, with these guys. Only I want my lower, see how this is angled out that way? I want this one to be angled out this way. So the number of mats that you use really is just going to be determined by how many photos you have. So if you have a lot of photos that you want to squeeze on, you could cut this down a little bit and make your photos just a little bit smaller even than a 3-inch square. And then you could have more photos even represented than this. I think 10 photos on a 2-page spread is a lot. So, quite a few. But you can see we've got more mats. You could conceivably, you know, cut something a little bit smaller and sneak it in, you know, another spot. Okay, I'm going to grab my foam squares right here, and let's choose some cool stickers to make some clusters with. All right. We're going to do Happy 4th of July. Fourth of July is always a really fun holiday for us. We got to participate in some fun 4th of July activities as my children grew up, which was really neat. As you can imagine, being a military family, we were a part of quite a few fun 4th of July events. So you can imagine through the years that it would become a family favorite, right? Use America the Beautiful and Home of the Brave. We never got to be in Washington, D.C., but we did get to see the fireworks in New York City for the 2 years that we lived there. So that was really fun. And pretty spectacular. Growing up, everybody always said that the 4th of July fireworks were a birthday present for me because my birthday is the 1st of July, so it's kind of fun. Happy 4th of July. We're going to put the eagles. I don't know if I want to put that with that. Let's see. There we go. That'll work. And now where to put it. Move the Brave. Let's see. If we use a hat and a fun little pizzazz thing. I don't know what you call those. It's not really a firework. I guess it could be kind of a firework. Home of the Brave, and we'll move this one a little bit more to the center. I know what we'll do. I'm going to use this sticker, if I can get it off of here. The sticker right here will be perfect for underneath this. Just like that. Get these little sticky thingies off. And put that down right like that. Okay. I believe that is about all we're going to worry about. Although we could add a star or two, maybe. Star there. Star there. Just to give it a little bit of an extra. Uh-oh, my star popped off. Come on, star. We'll put it down there so it's a little bit easier to see. Okay. All right, so there's that. We'll take the stickies off this side, and then this one will be all good to go, and we will be pretty much done. All right. How's that for a really quick double page layout? Oops, I scooted it down a little too far. That's a little easier to see. Super fun for all of your 4th of July barbecuing firework needs. I like it. And this again, this came from the April 2023 virtual crop sketch. At least that's the jumping off place. Challenge number 3. You can take these sketches that they give us for the virtual crop and just modify them for your own needs and have a lot of fun with them. So I'm excited. I think this turned out really fun, and it was super fast. So I hope that you've enjoyed being with me today, and I hope that this has inspired you to create some fun layouts for your 4th of July experience this year. And until next time, I hope that you have many more creative moments. Thanks so much. You have a great day.